Hi, I'm Megan.
I'm Ciera.
And I'm Maggie.
Welcome back to our channel. Today we have a different weird video. Like our first story time-ish kind of video.
Yeah, it's like a really weird video, but...
So I'm sure the title is...
kind of emotional.
I know, I'm kind of like, this is interesting. Okay. So I'm sure the title is something interesting, but if you guys remember, if you're like OG subscribers, you know that we used to be on the SAKS channels, on separate channels. Megan and I were on SevenGymnasticGirls, and then Maggie was on Seven Fantastic Girls.
Yeah. But pause. If you don't know what the SAKS channels are, because I feel like a lot of people don't. Alright, so if you don't know what the SAKS channels are, there's like, how many? I don't know.
There used to be a lot.
There's like a lot, and it's like seven blank girls.
Or tweens or whatever.
Yeah. So it's basically like, there's 7 people on the channel, girls. Aren't they all girls?
Yeah.
And you each have like a day, and then they send... There's like a theme for the week, so they send out a theme, and then each girl has a specific day, and you make a video and upload it. It's like O2L, if you guys know what that is.
It's like a collab channel. So we were all on these channels like forever ago. Like me and Ciera were on SGG from like 2012 to 2014. Yeah. You were on SFG for, I don't know, same-ish period of time. Like we were like, we were on these channels when we were like 13, 14 or something like that. I don't know. And we're all like 19, 18 now. Yeah. So it's been a while. And after we left those channels, we like wanted to like make some sort of like video talking about them because we were a little like, I don't even know what was going on back then or what we were so mad about back then.
But we like left for like good reasons. Like we left for like reasons, and then everyone was just like mad at us for leaving. And, like,
yeah, we'll kind of just get into like why we're making this video now. And yeah. So, if you, I don't know if you guys ever watched this channel, but like, I'm sure if you were watching our channel, some of you probably also watched SevenGymnasticGirls at least. And then out of nowhere, a couple months ago, the channel was deleted. And even the girls on the channel like didn't even know what was going on. Like, yeah, it was like so weird. So, I don't think like, I know that Katie like made a video like from SGG talking about like, why were the channels deleted? She was like, I don't know. So no one knew like why the channel was deleted.
So weird.
Some of the channels are still up. I think like 7 Supergirls is still up, but like they haven't been uploaded on in like 4 months or something. And I was scrolling through YouTube like literally a couple days ago, and I saw that one of the co-creators of the SAKS channels was arrested. If you want more details, you guys can like look the story up on your own. But basically, the guy that was running all these channels was arrested. And that's why these channels are like no longer a thing, and that's why like we were like, we should make this video now because we don't like know him, but like we know of him, like, we communicated with him. It's just like weird to us. So the creator Ian was arrested for sexual assault like of one of the girls that was on the channel. I don't know which one. I don't think that it's even been said publicly who it was, but that just really rubs us all, I think, the wrong way.
Yeah. Like, the sad thing is that when Ciera sent it, I was kind of like, that's not, like
it wasn't surprising to any of us, which is, like, just even more weird that, like, I feel like Ciera said this, like, when we were talking about making this video, it's like, at the time when we were younger, we could all sense that, like, oh, he's kind of, like, a little weird, but he's, like, it's whatever. We never met him in person.
He was like a nerd though.
Yeah. And so,
like we never saw pictures of him. Did you?
No.
Like his mugshot was the first picture I ever saw of him.
Yeah. And so we were all kind of like, he's like a weird guy, but whatever. But like now that we're like older, I feel like we're all just kind of like weirded out by it more, and like the fact that there was like, he was like the only one in charge, and like I thought honestly, and maybe I'm like wrong or maybe I'm right, but the article was saying that he was like the only one in charge of the channels, but I swear there was like a parents committee. There was like a parents committee running these channels, and I feel like it's interesting to talk about this also just because a lot of you guys don't know how this actually like worked and how the channels worked, but it was like, there was like a parents committee of like a couple of parents whose kids were on some of the channels that, as far as we could tell, they were the ones in charge, and I still don't fully know like of what they were in charge of. But that concerns me that like they interacted with Ian all the time probably, and like
I like did not know about the parents committee, but Megan and Ciera's like channel was like higher than ours, like mine obviously. Like they had a lot more subscribers,
more popular.
So I feel like you guys were like, you know, I don't know.
It was like a little more of a big deal, or like a little more focused on.
It was a little more like professional, you could say.
Yeah. So when you join a SAKS channel, you're invited to a Skype group with like everyone on the channel, and Ian is in all of those Skype groups, which
he's the only adult.
Like, so it's one of those things where you keep thinking like, that's just a little weird. First of all, why is this like grown man why he wanted to start all these channels in the first place? I have no idea.
He's literally my dad's age. Like, he's like 40 what?
something. I don't know.
Like, he's literally our parents' age.
And he was like doing this as his career.
But like, it was like he tried to be friends with us. Okay, the weird thing to like look back on is like, if you're like in charge of us, I don't, like, if you are in charge of these girls, which first of all, he decided to make the collab channels, why do you want them all to be girls? Like, why is there no guys on any of the channels? I don't know. Why is he the only one that anyone ever had contact with? Anyway, so like, when we like auditioned for them, like, first of all, we didn't know that we were just gonna be we did not know that this
was like a running like a business thing. Like, honestly, I thought it was like, because I didn't know any of the SAKS channels. I just thought, I found SevenGymnasticGirls that they were doing auditions. I thought it was run by like all the girls collectively. We joined this channel and it's like this huge actual like big thing that like we did not know about, and I was like, oh, okay. I think that's one of the weirdest things, is that like, it seems like a big, like, it was pretty much like a company, you know, the whole SAKS channel production stuff. It was like a real company built up, and like, you wonder what like the ultimate purpose behind it was. Like,
why is this a thing? Besides him just being in the chat and like,
nothing was like super weird in the chat from my experience.
It wasn't like weird, but like, it was just weird because he was like in the chat, like being friends with us, not like being
every single day after school. It was like he would be on the chats too, and you're just like wondering, like, is this really all he does like all day, is like chat with like all the girls in like the Skype messages?
And besides him being just like friends, maybe he's just a friendly guy, I don't know, but all of the SAKS channels had like a Minecraft server, which is kind of weird, but like, I played it.
Like, all the girls wanted to like have a server, and then like he also like,
and he was like always on it. I literally play it and he's just always on it. Like, and it was just like, I always just like got uncomfortable because he would like type in the chat on Minecraft, and I was just like,
bye. So another thing they have on the SAKS channels was every week or something they would have a list of rankings from literally every single person on every SAKS channel. So it was like, I mean, there's like 1 to like 100 or something, and then it would like rank you based on like how well your videos are doing view wise, and like basically it would just like rank you among, which is like girls. Totally
messed up.
At the time I was like, it was like something that I was like, oh, like I'm gonna try and like do better, like get my videos to be better, like, but it's also like you're literally comparing like all the single girls like against one another, and like it causes like tension between girls on the channel, and it was just like, looking back at it now, it's like, I don't know why that was a thing. You can clearly see, are my videos doing well or are they not? Are other people's videos doing well or are they not? The rankings just really weren't necessary, but every single week it was like, how are you ranking compared to like everyone else? All of the girls, like, whether it was jokingly or serious, they'd be like, oh, I'm gonna beat this girl next week. Like, that's kind of just like the mindset. Like, everyone wanted to be at least like the top of their channel, just because like no one was gonna beat 7 Supergirls. But Kaylin was doing way too good for anyone to like beat her, but it was still just like weird. It reminds me of like the pyramid on like Dance Moms. Yeah, that's what Maggie said when we were talking about that.
Also, I feel like when you look at the SAKS channels, any of the channels, it's like way different than like when you're in it. Like, nothing against the SAKS channels, like it's like how it is, you know? Like, it's how it's run. Like, it's not any of the girls' fault, and like all the girls are like nice. I would say. Well, all of my interactions, I guess I'm not on it anymore. But like, one thing is like when I got on it, like Megan and Ciera too, I probably feel like you thought like you're gonna be friends with them, like be buddies, like internet buddies.
And I'm sure that did happen for a lot of the girls on the channel. Like,
well, like no one on SFG was friends. I mean, everyone just
there's a lot of tension because everyone wants to like do the best on that channel, and so I feel like it's hard to make friends when you're trying to like beat someone else. Which, like, why was it that big of a deal to beat someone? I don't know, but it was.
Like, why does it matter?
It really didn't matter at all.
Honestly, I didn't care.
Or what else was weird is, like, okay, SGG, I feel like, and SSG, like, were some of the bigger channels, so, like, they were run it pretty smoothly, and, like, a lot of the girls took it seriously. And, like, Maggie would make videos for SFG.
Do not even start with me. This is literally the reason I quit. Like, if we want to talk about this, we'll just spill the tea. This is what we're here for. Okay, Megan and Ciera literally, like, never had that many problems with it. Okay, like, fine, whatever. Like, SFG was not small. Like, it was not a tiny channel. Like,
it was, like, it had subscribers,
like,
you know?
It needed attention. Everyone knew that. Like, blah. Anyway, every week, you have to send in a video.
Because we're not the ones that upload it. We don't have access to those channels.
We can't upload. I'd send him the video, like, way early sometimes too. The day it's supposed to be uploaded. there's like nothing on the channel, and I'm just like, I like email him, I Skype texted him. I was like, hey, like, why isn't my video up or something? And he's just like, you never like sent me a video. Like, what? Like, what? I was just like, yeah, I did. But then by the time he like responded, it was like too late, even though he's like always on the server, so like, But so yeah, my videos never got uploaded, and I would spend like a decent amount of time on them, and then they just never get uploaded, and I swear my videos were the only ones that never got uploaded, so everyone else was uploading every day, and then I just looked like a slacker, and then everyone was just like, Maggie, like, what are you doing? Like, everyone literally thought it was me not posting, but I can't be on the channel like, well, see, the person who runs this channel just doesn't upload my videos.
So if you guys watch SevenGymnasticGirls, you know that we had leotards that we had to wear on the channel
because they were like sponsored, like this company from like Europe, which the company that they use, if you use them and you like them, that's great, but I personally hated those leotards. I still do. I hate them with a passion. They were not cute to me, they were not comfortable, and I just wasn't a fan. But like, that was who sponsored the leotards, so that's like what we had to choose from,
which like that's not really a big complaint because it was still sponsorship, so whatever. But the thing that bothered all of us, and I think a lot of the girls on the channel, was that you couldn't wear shorts.
Yeah, especially because
looking back now, it's like ding ding ding, like
I know, like it's so frustrating now that we're older. That's like, that shouldn't have been a big deal even if the leotards were sponsored. It's like, this is a YouTube channel, and like all of the gymnasts that are watching are not going to care if we're wearing shorts or not. So it's like, the whole reason behind like why you weren't supposed to wear shorts with your leotards was because it doesn't look professional, or we're supposed to act like we're like a competition team, and that literally just doesn't make sense. Like, what do you mean? We're making like YouTube videos. This is not a competition.
You're not even doing routines. Like, what?
So I didn't think that was something that should have been a big deal. Obviously it didn't bother us that much because like if we were truly uncomfortable, like we wouldn't have done that. So, but it's just still weird, and thinking back on it, I'm just like,
okay, and also one reason that you probably didn't think it was weird back then is because you didn't like know about like, you don't know as much as you know
weird
now.
People watching
like
videos,
when we started YouTube, like I never thought like, oh, weird people, like creepy people, like
just watch girls on YouTube.
Like, that's not a thing that runs through a however old like mind, especially when you like have never like had a large audience. Like
like we were on like that channel and like SFG, like those were the big channels, like so we felt really excited and like happy to be on those channels, but at the same time we were still working on building this channel. So like we never stopped uploading on this channel. The whole time we were on those channels, we continued uploading on this channel, and so this channel was also growing. And so just like when we started getting so sick of like the SAKS channels, we were like, okay, we're just gonna be done, we're gonna go like work on this channel, and haven't looked back since.
It was kind of funny for us quitting because one, I texted you guys first and I was like, I like think I'm done with SFG, like I can't handle it, and they're like, that's so weird, like we literally were just gonna like,
we were like talking about how we were gonna quit,
and then they quit and their video got uploaded on April 4th.
Yeah, everyone thought we were joking, but I was like, guys, we're not coming back, sorry.
Yeah, see ya, not next week. Do you guys get what I mean when I say like the themes and like videos that are uploaded on these channels are like the exact type of videos what's going on that like predators like that watch girls online, like that's what they watch for some reason. Like,
got channels like 7 Fabulous Teen, and this channel might sound familiar because a while ago Daniel Tosh on his show Tosh.0, he pointed it out. They have videos like The Naughty Elf on a Shelf, where this teenage girl gets an elf on the shelf and then it kidnaps her, then dragging and taping her unconscious body against a wall. The elf on a shelf then eats the marshmallow in slow motion. And this is a channel that on its about page says, this is a parentally controlled and moderated channel. The parents are responsible for all uploads.
You know?
Anyways.
Yeah. That's so crazy. Literally stop. I'm cringing.
Okay, so we were just talking about how like we were still working on our channel at the same time as like we were on the other channels. And I just wanted to say, like, I thought at the time of like being on the channels, you're not the ones that like have really any input as to like what themes should like be next. Like they just tell you the theme and like that's what it is. And I was just like, I would be so confused because some of the themes were literally the most boring,
or they got really repetitive,
or they
got like 3 back extension roll challenge videos.
Yeah, and so I was just like, Ian, like you don't even know what people want to watch. Like, can we like have any input, or like, hello, like I just don't know how you're like running this channel if you like don't know like anything about gymnastics. And so that was like why, that was another one of the reasons we like just wanted to focus on our channel, because we felt like we could actually post like interesting and like good ideas. So when we left SGG, I don't remember how many subscribers they had. I think they definitely had over 100,000, but like our channel was at like, we had just hit 50,000, so that was kind of like our starting point. And after many years of hard work, we finally beat SGG, which just like felt kind of good because I was like, we left the SGG with like kind of bitter feelings. I honestly don't even 100% remember why. We just didn't like the channel. And so it felt good to like pass them and be like, look at what we were able to do like on our own.
Well, like that's literally how they like made even being on the channel feel. Like everyone was just like a competition.
Yeah, I know. So it's probably like partly just like wanting to like get back at them because I felt like that's just how you felt about the channels.
Yeah.
But then also I just want to say it was kind of weird when we beat them. They like beat us shortly after we beat them, and then like they had been the #1 most subscribed gymnastics channel. Like that was literally on their banner like for the longest time.
And then when we beat them, they like removed it, which, you know, felt pretty good.
Yeah, and then when they like beat us again, like the girls on the channel, because they had gotten together at some point, they're like back on top, like #1 most subscribed.
Even though they literally didn't care when they were already #1.
But if you're watching this, I really don't care at all.
I know, like
sorry,
no
girls.
hard feelings. We were like definitely being petty at the time too. Like
they probably were told
okay,
to say
you know?
that. Let's be honest.
I'm sure.
Like,
I remember being in the chat. I'm sure you guys were talking about it. Like we would have. I would have been talking about it too if I was in the chat. So no hard feelings. Literally don't care about it at all. But that's just like, I feel like that's the mindset you like have in the channels, and like when you leave the channel you're just like weirdly competitive about it.
So also if you guys watch the SAKS channels, you probably know that the SAKS channels had meet and greets. So it was like 7 Supergirls got together. I think 7GymnasticGirls was in at least one of those meet and greets, and 7 Awesome Kids might have also been a part of the meet and greet. So girls from literally all over the world that were on the channel, because there's a couple of girls from Europe that would come over to the US, they would get together and they would have like huge meet and greets in hotels. And when they did that, they had like the people in charge, which to my knowledge was like Ian and maybe some parents.
Yeah. But like it's still like when they like would organize the stuff, because none of us were on the channels anymore, it like makes the channels like seem legit. Like they would have meet and greets and like do stuff together. So I was like, oh wow, they're like stepping it up because that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
So just like when the story like broke out again, it was like, not again, but like when the story came out of like the whole scandal behind the SAKS channels, I was just like, what was going on with this company, these channels,
or like the
who's in charge?
Kind of seem more sketchy now because Ian was like there with them literally multiple times because they had multiple meet and greets. And like from what I read from like the news article or whatever online, I think some of the girls made comments about how like, yeah, they thought he was kind of weird, but like they would talk about how he was weird when they got together, but like that was kind of it.
So I don't know, that's just like an interesting, like glad we weren't on the channels anymore, I guess, is like what I'm basically saying.
Literally.
We have like, I literally re-downloaded Skype to see if I could find any messages.
I know.
Couldn't find any because they're like, I guess they delete after a certain period of time.
Look back on them and literally be like, this is so creepy.
I don't know.
Alright, so we hope you guys liked this little story time experience type video.
All over the place.
I know. We kind of like planned out a little bit what we were going to talk about, but otherwise it was just free for all. If you are from one of the SAKS channels, or used to be, or have been on it at any point, and you have like a weird story time, or you like agree with us or disagree with us, please comment down below and then like people thumbs up their comments, because I want to see what everyone else has to say about the SAKS channels. If you used to watch the SAKS channels and you like didn't know any of this, also let us know.
Also, just again, like no hard feelings to any of the girls. Like,
yeah, that
we were on them
4
years
years
ago.
ago. It's whatever now.
And like they're fun to be on, but like in the end
just
of the
kind
day,
of weird now.
Yeah, weird to think back on.
Yeah. If you guys liked this story time type of video and you want us to do more in the future, even though I'm not sure what we would do on it, then let us know in the comments down below. Other than that, we will see you guys in our next video. Bye!